Hello and welcome to Vietnam Journal, our daily English news bulletin on NETVIET VTC10. I'm Ngọc Ánh speaking from Hanoi. Every day we'll bring you comprehensive and up-to-date information about Vietnam and following our major stories on Wednesday. Belgium Crown Prince to visit Vietnam. 70-year-old Japanese pianist performs with Vietnamese orchestra and will explore a traditional rice cake of Vietnam. The Embassy of Belgium held a press briefing in Hanoi on Tuesday to introduce the upcoming visits of Belgium's Crown Prince Philip. His Royal Highness Prince will be accompanied by a business delegation to Vietnam from the 10th to the 16th in March.
Belgian Prince and the business delegation will pay an official visit to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City and surrounding areas to boost the cooperation in economy and society between the two countries. The Belgian business delegation includes more than 300 enterprise representatives who will work with Vietnamese enterprises to focus on cooperation in 5 main fields, including port and transport infrastructure, green technology, agro-food industry, health sector, and education. Besides, representatives of foreign universities will introduce the benchmark education system in Belgium through Belgian Education Forum. With nearly 40 years of diplomatic relationship, Belgium is currently the 6th potential partner of Vietnam in EU. Bilateral trade between the two countries reached $1.2 billion in 2011.
VietShip 2012, the 6th international exhibition on shipbuilding, marine technology and transportation of Vietnam, opened in Hanoi on Tuesday. This is a good chance for both foreign and local maritime technology and service suppliers to look for business opportunities.
More than 200 local and international companies operating in the field of shipbuilding and maritime industry from Japan, South Korea, China, Holland and Poland are represented in 300 display booths over 10,000 square meter exhibition area. The displays aim at enhancing cooperation and development, attracting investments, exchanging technology and creating opportunities for trade promotion. Trading platform and contract signing programs will be held for the purpose of expanding cooperation between businesses. The event will run until March the 1st.
On the opening of VietShip 2012, our NETVIET VTC10 reporter interviewed some of the exhibitors. Despite the global economic downturn and Vietnam's domestic difficulties, they still have optimistic expectations of Vietnam's shipbuilding, maritime technology and transportation industry in the long term.
For the Vietnamese shipyard is concerned, it is a very good opportunity to promote their activities, what kind of vessel they're going to build and they're able to build, and their capability to introduce to most of the customers from the Europe, Asia, so on. So that will be a good opportunity for the Vietnamese shipyard for the better promotion. And for the supplier like us, it is also a good opportunity. This is a good, well-organized place to introduce what we can do for Vietnamese shipbuilding and the marine industries. That will be the good meaning, and this year especially, despite of a world economic crisis, still the Vietnamese shipbuilding can organize this kind of very good exhibition. So that will be my good pleasure to see that.
I think the event is a great showcase for the Vietnamese shipping industry and all of the stakeholders to come to the party and to show the world what Vietnam has to offer. I think in the short term the outlook is not too good on the back of the downturn in the world's economies. But I think if the stakeholders, if the shipbuilding, if the suppliers, if they can remain strong, then there is a good prospect in the medium to long term.
Basically, the event is for the shipbuilding industry, and the event is to highlight to the shipbuilding industry here the new technologies and the equipment that's available in the market, and to expand together with the Vietnam, especially the government Vinashin Group. So this is on the growth, being a very strong potential. And also Vietnam itself has got a very good labor force, so it's developed the skills and to be very strong in the worldwide market.
We'll now move on to some other economic news in brief.
Fitch Ratings, a global rating agency, announced on February 27 that Vietnam's economy is stabilizing due to a decrease in inflation and a steady exchange rate. This is evident with the efficiencies of the 11th resolution and an abundant foreign currency reserve, avoiding balance of payment crisis. Fitch rank was a B+ for Vietnam's stability and recommended the Vietnamese government to continue to maintain this current status for the economy. Japan's Tokyo Corporation and Vietnam's Bicamex IDC Corporation are scheduled to break ground for the Tokyo Bình Dương Urban Area project in the southern province of Bình Dương on March 2nd. The $1.2 billion project will cover nearly 715 square meters. The project consists of trade, service, entertainment, and housing buildings.
A press conference on the coming Saigon Autotech and Accessories 2012 was held in Hanoi on February the 28th. The Vietnam's 8th International Automotive and Supporting Industry is going to be co-organized by Vietnamese Asia Trade Fair and Business Promotion Holdings and Taiwan-based Chang Chiao International Limited Company. The event will take place from May the 31st to June the 3rd and is expected to attract more than 100,000 visitors.
Representatives from 10 French businesses paid a business visit to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City from February 28 to March 2nd, seeking investment opportunities in plastics and packaging branches. They aim to learn more about the Vietnamese market of plastics, packaging, and rubber. The French businessmen will have opportunities to hold exchanges with their Vietnamese counterparts during 50 meetings introducing available technology and services. Vietnam Bank for Industry and Trade Vietinbank has recently been appointed as service bank for the project of railway station in Hanoi, funded by the Asian Development Bank (ADB). Because of this, Vietinbank will be a service bank for the project worth $293 million funded by ADB. The project has total investment capital of €783 million, of which ADB's ODA is $293 million. The French ODA is €250 million.
Macroeconomy, foreign investment, business, society and culture, arts, education, tourism. Vietnam Journal. It's not just news, it's life in Vietnam.
Welcome back to our news bulletin. 70-year-old Japanese pianist Yamashita Yosuke performed with Vietnam National Symphony Orchestra in Hanoi on Tuesday.
At the concert, Vietnamese and Japanese artists performed famous jazz songs like Moonlight Serenade by Glenn Miller, Autumn Leaves, and Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin, among others. Under the baton of conductor Hona Tetsuji, their appealing musical performance could satisfy the most demanding jazz lovers. Critics have praised Yamashita Yosuke for his unique piano style, influenced by free jazz, modern jazz, and soul jazz. Performing in various international jazz festivals, he was conferred the medal with Purple Ribbon from Japanese government for his long-term contribution to the arts and academics. In February 2011, his 24-year-old music band Nelly New York Trio released their latest album Delightful Contrast on Universal Music.
Famous Korean artists will perform in a concert in Hanoi on March the 15th. This is one of the activities to mark the 20th anniversary of Vietnam and South Korea diplomatic ties.
Among the famous bands and artists in the spotlight for the concert are Super Junior, Sistar, Beast, Tiara, and many others. The artists will bring a show with many different music stars to Vietnamese audiences. The event's director and Korean Broadcasting System or KBS staff are in Vietnam to prepare for the concert. Vietnam and Korea have organized many cultural exchange events last year, such as the Vietnamese Tourism Cultural Week in Korea, as well as many Korean singing concerts in Vietnam.
Bánh tẻ or rice cake is one of the popular breakfast dishes for many Vietnamese people. Let's follow our NETVIET VTC10 reporter to discover Phu Nhi Rice Cake Village in Hanoi to learn how to make this rustic food.
Phu Nhi village is not only famous for plain rice flan, but also for its rice cake named bánh tẻ. Years ago, Phu Nhi village used to be Banh Nhi, a trade village of Viên Sơn area, which is famous for its tradition of making rice cakes around the northern provinces. As the modern society develops, the tradition of making rice cakes was once forgotten, but in the recent years, the whole village had about 50 families who revived this cake-making tradition.
Có nhiều khách thập phương đến mua hàng bánh tẻ. Làng Phu Nhi là rất nhiều người làm bánh tẻ vì chất lượng nó rất bảo đảm.
The ingredients for making rice cakes are the common ones, such as rice, pork meat, mushroom, onion, etc. The cake is wrapped with special leaves called Trinium plastrarum, or the banana leaves. The rice is used to make Phu Nhi rice cakes is carefully selected. It should be the rice that is grown in the fields of Phu Nhi village. First, rice is soaked in water, then ground.
Mà bánh tẻ ngày xưa thì làm bằng cái gạo gọi là gạo hấp. Thế là cứ làm thì bánh gì dẻo dai đấy. Nhưng bây giờ thì theo gạo bây giờ thì làm bằng nhiều cái gạo mà nó năng suất thì cái thành phần bột cũng so với ngày xưa thì bây giờ chỉ có 80% đấy.
Making the core of the cake requires the carefulness of the baker, and it is the soul of the cake. After pork meat is boiled, it is hashed. Then the baker would mince onion and mushrooms. All ingredients are mixed with seasoning and then fried.
Mộc nhĩ là phải chọn mộc nhĩ nuôi đủ ngày để cho nó đủ cái thành phần thì mộc nhĩ nó mới không bị nhớt và không bị đủ được cái an toàn thực phẩm. Đấy. Thế và khi mà chúng tôi đã mộc nhĩ ngâm để thái chỉ, đấy thái dài như này này, thì là chúng tôi sẽ xào nhân.
Phu Nhi people often wrap the cake in banana leaves. People say that a rice cake is the most delicious when people enjoy it right after it is boiled. Making rice cakes is not simple as it requires the skillfulness, carefulness of the bakers in every single step to make it soft, delicious and tasty.
Bánh tẻ nói chung là bán được rất nhiều. Một ngày mà có thể bán được 200-300 cái. Mùa lễ hội là bán được nhiều nhất.
With the traditional secret of making rice cakes for many years, Phu Nhi people have made cakes that are favored by people from different regions. In 2006, Phu Nhi rice cakes were patented as a unique traditional cake of Vietnam. This also provides opportunities for Phu Nhi people to develop the tradition of making them as a way to preserve traditional values of Vietnam.
Well, the story about the Vietnamese rustic food has wrapped up our news bulletin for today. For comments and feedbacks, please send us an email